And we are recording. Happy January, guys. It's 2021. I'm so excited about this year. I feel like there's so many good things that are coming our way this year. And I just feel like there's such a fire and momentum in the team right now. And I love it. I love that we're all sort of feeding off of each other's energy and just really getting the word out there for the people in our lives to join us, right? Like that's all it really is. We all know what this has done for us, so it's so fun to share about it. It's just like we always say, it's just like if you go to Starbucks and you get a new Starbucks drink that you love, you're going to share about it, you're going to post about it, you're going to say how much you love it, you're going to tell everyone to go try that recipe, right? So that's exactly essentially what we do, and I just love that we can do that for people. I wanted to chat a little bit about upcoming boot camps, sort of where everyone's at for that, where they're going to be, what programs they may be doing. I just want to make sure everyone's at least like following a program or is plugged into a group, that kind of stuff. And if you're not already plugged into a group, it's good to be in there. Just like I find that as coaches, it's up to us to kind of like bring that flavor and that fire into our challenge groups. And I'm guilty myself. Like I'll be laying in bed, it'll almost be midnight, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot to log. So I'll quickly log. But just like being mindful of that and making sure that we are showing up for that. I find that it just helps the challengers want to post in there a little bit more, the more often they see us in the feed as well. So I know that there is a 9-week Control Freak Facebook group that Mel Kenny created for us. And then are we also going to be doing a bod group? I feel like we could kind of do both. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts. I know that some people are more like into Facebook and some people are more into bod groups. So I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to navigate that. Should we maybe be scheduling posts in both the Facebook group and the bod group, or would we just like to keep it on bod groups? Open floor. You guys can even say it in the chat what you're thinking. Hands up if you're doing 9-week Control Freak starting Monday. Morgan? Okay. Court? Lizzie is waiting on her package. Brooke's going to hold off. I think you're going to do Morning Meltdown, right, Brooke? Okay. And then Danielle's pregnant, so she can't do it just because that was Autumn Calabrese's thing. She's like, please don't do it when you're pregnant. I mean, she can try and modify, but are you doing prenatal bar right now, Danielle, or are you hoping to switch it up a little bit?
Yeah, currently I'm doing prenatal bar just to get back into the swing of things, but I'll probably end up switching it up just because bar is not my favorite thing.
You know what I loved doing when I was pregnant is Lift 4.
Yeah, Lift 4 or
Transform
I was
20,
thinking
like
about
a shorter
Transform
one.
20 too because I like cardio, but getting into the third trimester, I'm not really sure. But we'll see. I have all of the stuff for 9-week Control Freak too, so if I find a way to modify, then I might do a few.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do some of the more like whatever workouts, like the more like cardio style workouts. I know that they have some of those in the program as well. Yeah. So that's awesome. I love that. I'm just trying to figure out who's going to be running the group. So I know Morgan and Lauren Barry. Why did I say, is it Barry? Yeah. Yes. Okay. It's because I knew somebody in school named Lauren Bailey, so that actually confused me when I went to go say her name. So yeah, Lauren Barry, Morgan, myself. I'm hoping for 5 people to run the group with us, just so that we can have like there's 5 workouts a week, so then we'd each just get assigned a day. Wow. I can't speak today, guys. I'm sorry. Hosting a call here and there's just the words aren't coming out. So anyways, yeah, I just want to make sure that there's 5 people. I think, Lizzie, would you be interested in helping us run that group if we assigned you a day to post? Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just set up like a group chat and we can decide like what we're going to post. I'm hoping we can do a prize for this one, just to like really amp up the year. Maybe halfway through we could do like a really small like sample style prize with like some Shakeology samples, you know. Hi, Serenity. Shakeology samples, Energize samples, maybe a beach bar, like something super simple, and then something a bit more like bigger at the end, maybe like a Lululemon gift card, Bare Activewear gift card, that kind of stuff. So that's sort of where I want to go with that. Do you have something to say, Lizzie, before you go back, or do you want to?
Yeah, sorry. just really quick, Britt and I are running an MBFA group right now.
Okay.
We started it. This is like our prep week right now, and then we started on the 11th, the same as Control Freak. Just as long as I'm like, I don't know what kind of posting you want to do, but if I'm doing like 1 day a week in the Control Freak, I can do that. But if it's any more, it might be
too much.
A little bit, just because I'm already like Britt and I are doing it by ourselves and we're alternating days. So it's, yeah, that's all.
Okay, no worries.
But yeah, I'm totally down to help.
I'll just assign you the 1 day, and then I'll just set up a second. I'll set up a separate group chat so that we can just talk about who has the best days for that. Like it might work better for you to do Mondays or whatever. So I'll kind of let you guys sort of take the lead on that, and then I'll just take whatever's left over. But yeah, that's kind of, cool. I just wanted 5 people in the mix, and then that one I'm going to keep specific to 9 Week Control Freak so that we can really use like the program guide and everything, the challenge group guide, so that it's super easy. And my hope is that we just all can like sit down one Sunday, the Sunday before or something, and then just schedule all our posts. You know, there's only going to be 9 of them that we are responsible for ourselves, the 5 people. So we might as well just get them out of the way so we don't even have to think about them. I'm also going to be running a Muscle Burns Fat boot camp with Sarah as well. So that's going to be in the works as well. So her and I are having that organized. Ashley Griffiths, what are you running right now? Are you going to be running anything, or are you doing I know you're doing MBF, right?
Yeah, I just started MBF this last Monday, and we just finished up our really big challenge group. So we haven't started anything just yet, but.
Did you want to log in mine and Sarah's boot camp for MBF?
What are you doing?
We started on Monday, and Sarah's already started it this Monday as well. So you guys are like actually ahead of the game, but I wanted to give enough notice for if anyone wanted to join. So if you want to log in there, you're more than welcome to.
Sure.
Okay. Because yeah, I find the more people that are doing the same program in like one boot camp, the better. It's just way more entertaining and inspiring, I find, right? To like scroll through and see so many. So yeah, that would be great if you could participate in that. And it's just, if anyone doesn't know, like the whole logging into different groups, it's actually super easy with BOD groups. I don't know if you guys know that in like tracking, you can literally just set it to all the groups you're a part of. So I'm a part of like the New Year, New Me bullshit. I'm a part of Empires and Endorphins. I'm a part of Self Love Studio. And then when I go to log my workout, I log it to all 3 of those platforms. So it's all just like one button and go. So as long as you want to just like add that to your list of buttons, Ash, that would be perfect to just put your selfie in there as well. I'd love that. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Alyssa Henderson, are you going to be doing 9 Week Control Freak, or are you going to be doing MBF? What's your plan there, girl?
I am going to start MBF from the beginning on Monday.
Okay, perfect.
Sarah was going to add me to your group.
Perfect. Okay, now we're all sorted for that. We can move forward with other things. Does anyone have anything they want to ask or talk about before we get into the whys, or shall we just get started with that? We're good? Okay, sweet. So I'll just go first and kick it off. We're all just going to share our why do we coach? What is it that draws you to this opportunity? What makes you want to share about it? What made you interested in it? Let's just share. I was inspired. I don't know, Morgan, were you a part of the call when Alyssa Pejos did this? We were all like bawling by the end. It was so cute. Like I just learned so much about so many people on the team. And this was like going back almost 2 years ago. And so this kind of call hasn't happened since then. So I think it's a great way to start the year and just realign with why we do what we do. So me personally, my why in the beginning was because I was miserable with how I looked. I was postpartum with Caleb. I was 6 months postpartum, and I was trying Isogenics. I was trying It Works body wraps. I was trying everything in the book. I was going to I was packing up Caleb and going to mom and tot workout groups. And like nothing I was doing was helping. In fact, I was gaining weight, and I'm like, what is going on here? So I was super uncomfortable with myself. And then my girlfriend, Teresa, who actually did our meditation that one day, she asked me to be in her wedding in Mexico. And I had never been to Mexico. And I was like, it's just like the perfect timing that you want me to stand beside you in Mexico when I'm looking like this, right? And it was a hard thing for me to come to terms with, because if anyone knew me before I had Caleb, it's not like I was like super fit, but I had a decent fitting form on myself, right? So it was very like an ego crushing thing for me to be so uncomfortable with myself. So that was very essentially why I started. And my why has changed completely now. Like, it has nothing to do with what I look like anymore. It has everything to do with how I feel. And my big why right now, last year, my why was to stay home with my kid. And here I am staying home with my kid. So my why this year is to help my people do the same thing. Like, that's literally my why right now, is to get you guys to where I'm at right now, because it's a good place to be in. And I want that for you guys. So I want you to know that that's literally my why right now. My why is for you guys. Like, I've seen what this has done to me in my life and my finances and my body and my health and my family. And I want that for you guys, like it's helped you in physical ways, and it's helped you in some like commission ways and some team bonus ways, but like the possibilities of this business are endless. So I just like, that's why I'm so passionate about sharing the opportunity, growing the team, everything like that. So that is my why. I don't know if we want to just like put your hand up to go next. If you want to. Morgan's just unmuting. She's ready.
I have to go jump onto my team call soon. So.
Oh yeah, right. It is you first.
My why when I started was that I just wanted the extra accountability to staying on track with my own health and fitness. But more so now, it's definitely that I want to fire my boss. I don't want to work for someone else ever again. Especially right now, my boss is my cousin, and she does not make my job any easier. And I'm just miserable there. I actually had an interview for a different job today, but I really want to go all in with this and just be able to stay home. I had 2 months off of work during like COVID lockdown, and being able to stay home and like work on like Beachbody stuff for those whole 2 months was amazing, and really showed me what's possible if like with this opportunity. So that is my why. I want financial freedom. I want freedom to do whatever I want in my day. Like, I don't want to have to ask for time off to be able to go to the lake or something during the summer. And that's like a big thing too. Like, in the summer, my friends are always going to the lake, having fun, enjoying the sunshine, and I'm always stuck sitting in front of a computer, miserable, staring out the window. So that is my why. I want to be able to stay home full time and just be home with my dog right now. She's literally my child, and for future children as well.
I love that. And I also love that like COVID gave you a taste of what it would be like if you were at home with Beachbody. Like, I feel like that's so cool that you got like a small taste of it, and now you're like, I want more. Like, I want more of that. And that, how inspiring is that could like something that ended up being a little bit of a mishap with our world could have brought so much inspiration to your life on what you want to do with it, right? So I love that, Morgan. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Who wants to go next? Is anyone itching to go, or should I just call on someone? I'm gonna call on Sarah, because she's gonna just love me.
I was ready to unmute because I knew you were gonna do that. I don't know. My why in the beginning was, well, you harassed me a lot, but no, I'm just kidding. My why in the beginning was pretty much the same. I was super unhappy with how I looked. I was 10 months postpartum with my second baby when I started. I knew I had your wedding 6 months later, and I just wanted to be more healthier. I wanted to have a good outlook for the girls to see me working out and taking care of myself and bettering my nutrition. This year, I want to be more consistent and stay on track because hopefully I get married this year as well. Want to look good in a wedding dress and a bridesmaid's dress. And I just want to inspire other people and eventually also have financial freedom and not have to work shift work, not be able to do things, can't take Christmas off because I got to be there, things like that.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Sarah. I'm like, why won't you unmute? Please? Okay, I am going to call on Ashley Griffiths. She's like, I'm washing my son's hair right now, Paige. Can't you see this? Actually, Ash, you finish washing Leland. Don't worry
Okay.
about it, babe. Are you sure?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna call on Brooke then. You look less tied up. She's like, you little brat.
Oh, sorry. I forgot I was muted because my bunnies were rambunctious as hell. Okay. I wrote like little notes down because I get really nervous when I have to talk to a lot of people. So when I started, like I only started in August, but my why was kind of for my kids, like completely. I was like, I'm not happy and I don't know why, and I want to be a happier, nicer mom. So I need to do something about it. Like I don't love the way I look, but it wasn't entirely my focus. Like I do really want to change my body a little bit, but it was definitely like all about my kids and doing something that was just for me that was possible to do at home with COVID. And now like it's kind of become like my permission to do something that's actually about myself because and I'm probably gonna be the first one to cry because I'm so sensitive. I feel like I just do everything for everyone. I've actually had a really hard day today too. I've been really like, yeah. Anyways, I do everything for like everybody, and I've let myself get on empty like so many times, and it's a really, really hard thing to come back from when you're on empty. And this has really just been like, for me, it's just my one thing that's just mine, that I get to do something for me, and that I have this group of people like reminding me that I need to do that if I want to take care of better care of other people. And my other part of my why is that I really want other people that I know, like especially moms that I know that I love, that don't ever take care of themselves, to have that too, to know that they can take care of themselves, to have something that's just theirs. So yeah, that's my why.
Oh, that makes me so happy, Brooke. Thank you for sharing that. And it's so true. I feel like we can all relate to that there's like, it's like the one thing, even if you're not a mom, it's like that one thing you can do for you that like nobody else can tell you that you can't do, right? So it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Brooke. I'm gonna call on Mel just because Mel has shown her face and I might as well. How are you feeling, Mel?
Hey ladies, I just woke up from a nap and I I went on my phone and I was like, I know the calls tonight is at 8 or 9. And then I saw that you're like, okay, 1 hour. I was like, fuck, I better go on. I'm glad I made it on. I'm just a little bit, I just woke up, but okay, so I've like struggled with my weight my whole life. So it wasn't until like the last couple of years that I actually wanted to get back into losing weight for the right reason this time. And that came with like a lot of baggage this time because I had 2 eating disorders to face. And so it was tough, I'm not gonna lie, like when it comes to like, because I think with binge eating, which is the main one that I struggle with, and restricting, those actually go very hand in hand. And so that's the main reason why, is because I wanted to actually be able to lose weight without feeling like I was giving up anything, without constantly feeling like I was in a war with food or with my body or with exercise, and I just actually wanted to enjoy it for once. And I'm so glad I found Beachbody. Like, this is the only thing that works. This is the only thing that I think I just love. Like, I love that I don't have to give anything up, and like the community aspect as well. So that's sort of how it started. I ended up completely falling in love with fitness again. I grew up with asthma, so it was really hard for me to do exercise when I was a kid. And so I was never into fitness. I would never call myself like an athlete by any means, but I completely love fitness now. It's, you guys know, like I hurt my arm and I'm so upset because I just love it. It's something I look forward to every single day. And just that whole aspect of helping people. Like when Ashley asked me to be a coach, she believed in me before I believed in myself. And I think like now I couldn't imagine doing anything else, honestly. And then, you know, with losing Luna and everything's just changed. I think I completely realized just for my future, I always knew that I wanted to be healthy for my kids, but that was like a huge wake-up call for me. And so I just need to keep doing this for me and for my future and for my family. And I'm just so thankful that I have all you guys to do it with, honestly. Like, I just feel so lucky. And I think that's part of the reason why I want to share it with others, is because, you know, this has done so much for me that I know so many other people would benefit from this, no matter what aspect that they pull towards, like the community, the support, everything. Like, we all have our own story, but it's just so helpful in so many ways. So that's like my main reason why, is just to help people feel like they belong, you know, like, but yeah. I'm still so out of it.
No, Mel, thank you so much for hopping on. I know that you're kind of out of commission right now, so I appreciate that, because you, my girl, are something else, and you are going to move mountains, and we are all beside you, cheering you on. You are such an inspiring person, and we are so lucky to know you. So thank you for saying yes to this opportunity, because you would have never walked into my life. So thank you.
Oh, I love you guys.
And Ash, you can add to that too, since you're a coach. But I'm just hosting the call, so I'm just doing the intermission chats.
I don't know. I've known Mel for, I don't know, I would like to say, I'd honestly like to say 20 years. Like, we didn't know each other like best friends wise or anything, but my cousin lived down the street from her, so I saw her a lot over the summers and stuff. But we've always kept in touch over Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And she always just put out, like, even before Beachbody or anything, like she always just put out like really truthful, honest, to the core content. No, it was right, it was real, it was raw. It didn't matter what it was about, but she just spoke her truth, and that was what it was. And then she randomly reached out to me because of me posting like workout videos and things of that nature. And she's like, "What is this?" And I obviously told her everything about it. I told her challenge packs and stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh my God, well, let me think about it." And I was like, she's like, "Are you eating crayon?" Are you eating the crayon? Don't eat the crayon. Sorry. And then she's like, "Okay, well, let me think about it. Like, I'm really interested in like the supplements and stuff like that." And I was like, "Well," and honest to God, I offered her a discount coach to begin with. And she was like, she was pretty hesitant on it, but I don't know, like things switched. Like she must have just had like an idea or thought about it. She's like, "You know what? Screw it. Let's do it." And the next day she was rolling with the punches, going for it. And now she's like one of the biggest leaders of our team, you know, like she is truly inspiring in every single way. So happy to have you here. I'm sorry about your arm, or yeah, it's your forearm, right? Yeah. Oh, mama. But you're going to come back, no problem. It's going to be a whole new you, and it's going to be amazing. But no, do you want me to go and say my why now?
Yeah, go ahead. You have the floor, girl. If you can share, then go ahead.
I just gotta show you all this.
Gonna make me cry like you did in your transformation video because you're good at that. I'll say that much.
I don't know. Oh my goodness. Are you? Who's
You
peeing?
poop? Of course, right when
No,
you're
who's
about to shit.
peeing?
This
But
is my
I'm
why,
farting.
guys. Right here, this one.
This thing right here. You farted and it stinks. Anyways, yeah, so my why initially was for the same reasons of Paige and Sarah, like just like hated the way I looked. And I was literally sitting on top of my bathroom counter, and I looked inside my like medicine cabinet mirror, and I was like, I was wearing one of Steven's oversized shirts, but I was like, oh my God, like what happened to me? Like, where did I go? Because before Leland, I was very thin. Like I have traveled back into my like photos and found like pregnancy photos from probably the first month, 2 months. And I was so thin. I was so thin, obviously for the wrong reasons, but what's that? Yeah, I know you're coloring. But yeah, and then when all of this happened and I realized how much I had let myself go, it really took me by surprise. And not only did I let my physical self go, but I let myself spiritually go, or let my spiritual self go and my mental self go as well. You know, like I couldn't get a grasp on like how to handle situations properly or maturely or anything like that. And my insecurities went like through the roof. So, and it wasn't healthy for myself or for anybody around me, because any single person that was around me became a target. And I was like, oh, she might think I'm stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just was doing stuff so much in my own head that it was no good for anyone really. And so yeah, and then once I started like fully into it, because I remember again I was the same thing as Mel. I was a little hesitant on being a coach. It's like everyone knows, like going into coaching, I mean you have all these amazing people around you, mentors around you, but you don't know what you're doing. You know, you're just like, okay, well, for professionals right off the bat, right? So but I knew the first time I like did a dance party and the first here's Annie Mel. You want to see another page? Annie Danielle, Annie Page. Anyways,
Hi,
anyways, yeah, and so the first time I did a dance party, I knew it was a forever type of thing for me. This is what I like doing. I like being silly. I like being funny. I like dancing and taking free workout. And so like I was hooked right off the bat. And yeah, so I mean my why it's up and down right now because I feel like I'm at such a different place in my journey that I was even 6 weeks ago. So my why is still just focusing on mental health, physical health, and just overall being a better person, being happier, and being able to do that and be that person for my family and my friends. And definitely, like Brooke said, I just want to inspire other mamas out there and other women out there that feel like they can't do it. And I just want to be that person, that light for them to know, like, you can do it. You can do it. Fuck, if I can do it, you can do it, okay? Because I was the furthest thing from an athletic. So here I am now.
I love it.
Almost a year in.
Honestly, I remember Danielle being so scared to ask you about coaching. She was like, I just invited like my very best friend to coach and I'm freaking out.
I was so nervous. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, she's gonna think I'm that salesperson. And
Yeah, she was so scared. And then I remember we like went out for Danielle's birthday dinner and I was like talking to you about it, Ash. And you were just like, do you remember Danielle? She was so against it. She was like, I don't know, like maybe I'll give it a try. And like she just kills it. Like you honestly kill it, Ash. I love your energy. I love your posts. I love your content. Keep it up, my girl. You are so inspiring. And I've just loved that this opportunity brought you closer to me. Thank you, girl, for all that you do. And you're frozen on the cutest little pose ever.
face is squished like that.
Picture.
That's so
I want
cute.
to
No,
ask
it's
you,
true though.
Ashley, I saw your video in the What is Coaching event right before I joined. Like I went to 2 of them. And the second one, I remember your transformation video and it made me cry. And I was like, I have to do this. Look at this community. Like I got so emotional. You totally inspired me to join.
Yeah, so that transformation video that she did was like so good. She killed that. So, and that's, by the way, we are going to talk about a What is Coaching event after all of this wraps up. I know that we haven't heard from Danielle, Court, and Lizzie. Who wants to go next?
I'm unmuted, so I can go.
Okay, you go ahead.
Mine is like initially the same as I think a lot of people when they first started. I was 9 months postpartum when I started too, and I was lazy and I was sitting on the couch just scrolling my feed when my daughter napped, and I thought that that was just normal, and I'd grab a snack and sit there and turn on the television and just scroll. And then eventually I just started scrolling and I'd see Paige and it was like transformation after transformation after transformation. I was like, is this real? Like, is she actually using at-home workouts to lose weight? And so I hopped on and I asked her right away, because my why was to get back to what I thought I was going to lose my weight right away, and I didn't at all. And I actually ended up gaining weight after I had Alessia, which I wasn't expecting to do either. So initially it was to get back to feeling healthier, and it was initially just for my mental health too, because everything around me was negatively affected because I thought so shitty and so poorly about myself. And in turn, it would like cause me to have such a short temper with my partner, with my parents, with my daughter. And so I think the biggest part of my journey was my mental transformation. And then since I started, I've always been focused on Diamond. I am so like driven towards reaching Diamond, and then once I hit it, I will not stop after that. So I definitely want financial freedom. I definitely want like that extraordinary life where people have doubted me time and time again, and I want to look at them and be like, haha, look where I am now. So 2021, I think I'm going to be pushing balls to the walls for that, because I crave it. I want that lifestyle. So that's my why now.
I just love you so much. And honestly, like, you are like this close, Danielle. You guys, like, this girl is so close to Diamond. It's like it'll happen within depends on how hard she hustles. It could happen this month, really.
I feel like I've been there for a while, and then
I know. Well, pregnancy, I'll tell you one thing. Pregnancy
stop and go though, right?
Like I had like some of my harder months with like trying to hit Success Club and everything through my pregnancy, just because you become maybe relatable to like pregnant women, but not so much like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like so many people were following me because I had like these abs and these arms, and then all of a sudden I had this bump, and I'm like trying to like make both you know, like it's a juggle. It's trying to find that like groove again through pregnancy, but you'll get there. You're so freaking close, and I'm so excited for you. But yes, like she didn't even share that she started as a challenger.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did? You did share?
No, I didn't. I started as a challenger though.
Yeah, she started as a challenger. She killed it with 80-day obsession, had amazing results. And then I said to her, you have to coach, Danielle. Like, you have to. And
I think I did 80-day. I didn't start coaching until 8 months into my weight loss journey.
Yeah.
And Paige was like, Danielle, what are you doing? And then I started sharing my moves, and she's like, what are you doing? Why are you not getting paid for doing this? And I was like, I don't know.
It's so true. If you find you have a challenger that's like tagging you in like water chugging posts and like, you know, like that kind of stuff, right away, it's like you're already doing some of the things coaches do. Like, why wouldn't you just get the discount while you're at it? You know what I mean? So, oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing, Danielle. And I'm going to call on Court now because Lizzie looks like she's maybe cooling down. Are you cooling down now, Lizzie? Yeah. So maybe she'll be ready once Court's on, or once Court's done. I know Mel Kenny's trying to hop on too, so we might be able to sneak her in at the end too. So go ahead, Court. Oh, you're muted.
My why. Oh, my why. I feel like it changes every single day. I feel like it changes hour to hour. But initially when I started, I was 4 months postpartum, and like the biggest I have ever been in my life, the shittiest I've ever felt. I was depressed. I was just not in a good place. And I had watched Ashley's transformations for however long she's been doing this. And it inspired me to get back into it. Cause like I had coached 7 years ago. And I had major transformations. And then I don't know, I haven't been active for like probably 3 years. And then after having Rome, I feel like my connection is really bad over here. Hold on. Okay, I'll get closer to the router. I knew I needed to do something because I was feeling shitty. And it wasn't until, I don't know what, like 2 months ago-ish that I really dove headfirst into the dance parties and into posting. And I've just slowly built momentum, and it feels fucking good to feel fucking good. And it feels great to inspire other people and help them feel good about themselves. Like the amount of messages that I've had saying like, thank you, because of you, like I got off my ass today and I actually did something. Like that is just, I don't know, it just lights me up inside. And to be able to help other people do that and to have like compensation for that too is like an extra little cherry on top of that hella good feeling. And I know the financial benefits that come along with this job because I've seen it firsthand. And I know that it's possible. And that's what I want, especially with the way that the world is right now with COVID. Like I'm a hairstylist by trade and we don't have jobs right now. So the scare of that and like the unknown of what is actually going to happen with the world over the next year with COVID and with everything else, like it is terrifying. I do not like leaving the house and seeing a sea full of masks everywhere. Like that shit gives me anxiety like nothing else. COVID doesn't scare me. The masks and not being able to see people's smiles, like it's going to make me emotional right now. That makes me feel like, it makes me feel yucky. Like I don't like it at all. So to be able to stay at home and feel good about myself, have a great fucking schedule like all day, like I feel good all day. I get to help people and stay home is just, I don't know. I want to be at the top. I want diamond. I want 10-star diamond. I want to be superstar diamond. Like I want to go as far as it will take me. And I hope to see each and every single one of you beside me as well. And I honestly, having the community and having you guys support has made the world of a difference. Like if I hadn't been introduced to Paige and to all of you, like thank you, Brooke, for introducing me to all of these girls, because it's been life-changing. Like I can't even tell you. Like Cam hears me all the time. He's sitting playing his games right now, but he hears me all the time every night. Like I'm just so grateful for this community of girls. I have confidence again. I feel like I have found my tribe of people, and I just love you all so much. That's my why.
Oh, you made me emotional there, girl. It was you that did it. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we're so happy that you've decided to join in with us. Like you're always welcome. And I don't know, there's just something about Scorpios, man. as soon as you realize you're another Scorpio, it's like, yeah, you get me. So it's like, so nice.
Everything
so nice to connect with you. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for sharing that so much. Miss Lizzie, are you ready, or are you still out of breath? Are you able to talk? You're good? Oh, hold on. I think you're muted.
There we go.
Perfect.
Hi. Oh, okay. No, I'm not winded anymore. I'm good. My why has changed over the last little bit. It's still kind of there, the reason, like my why, but it's kind of molded into something else. So in high school and throughout basically all of my young adulthood, I wasn't happy with myself. Actually, I was just talking to an old friend from high school today, and we were looking back at photos from 10 years ago. And looking back at that photo, it kind of made me sad because I remember going to that party and being like, I hate what I'm wearing. I don't like what I look like. I need to hide myself. I'm going to get super drunk because I'm insecure. And when I look at that photo now, I'm like, what are you doing? Why were you thinking that? That's crazy. And that was pretty much my mentality all throughout high school, young adulthood. I started to gain weight, I guess maybe right after I graduated. And then it got really bad after actually Dave and I got together, probably because we were, you know, not a terrible thing, but we were super happy together, and we both got really fat. And it happens, I know. A lot of pasta, but so I, like, it was a really big trigger for me. Like, I remember going swimming with Dave, and I would like hide behind towels and stuff, and I didn't want him to see me, and I would change into my pajamas in the bathroom. I didn't want him to see me, and I had a lot of self-confidence issues. And then I saw Alyssa, which Alyssa and I actually went to high school together, and I saw all of her before and afters and her progress photos, and I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? How are you doing this? Because I have, oh, my Alexa's talking. She thinks I'm talking to her. I said Alyssa. Hold on one second. I need to turn her off. Hey, Alexa, turn off.
Lizzie.
I love her.
Oh my God. Okay, I unplugged it. So I saw her before and afters, and then I was like, how are you doing this? Because I did the same thing, Paige. I tried It Works. I tried Isogenics. I even tried Hydroxycut, actually. When I was working in the pub, I started taking Hydroxycut, which, if you don't know what that is, it's literally just high concentrated caffeine pills, and it just literally just makes you lose water weight. But I tried so many things and nothing worked, and I was like, what is working for her? And she bothered me for about, and I say bothered because she literally messaged me over and over again, you need to like join Beachbody. She bothered me for about a year, and then I went to the doctor one day, and he was worried about me being pre-diabetic, and he was worried about me, you know, my risk for heart disease and stuff like that, because I was really overweight. And it was a bit of a wake-up call because I was 25, and they were telling me I needed to take baby aspirin and wear compression stockings to work and all this stuff. So I started working out because of that. I was like, I need to change my life around. And that was my why for a really long time, was just to make myself healthy and make myself better and stronger, and, you know. But now my why has kind of turned into, when I was in high school, I can't even imagine having a daughter and having her grow up feeling that way, and having her feel like she's, you know, not beautiful and strong and wonderful. And I want to be able to basically help her not feel the way I did. And I want her to have like a young adulthood where she's inspired with herself and strong and confident. And I want to show her that if her mom can do it, then she can do it. And I never want her to feel the way that I did. And so that's kind of the why now, is like sharing that with people, and like sharing how it's changed my life, and then using that as a tool to teach my future kids. So yeah.
Wow, that is so powerful, Lizzie. Oh my gosh, I'm like like literally almost about to cry right now. Oh man, just like watching you, because you started as a challenger first, right? Like
I was I was a challenger for like a year and a half. She always, because I wasn't like a challenger that didn't buy stuff either. Like I had Shakeology every single month for like a year and a half, and I was like, I don't want the discount. I don't want it.
So funny.
I don't know why. I was like, I'm saving money. Why? But I didn't.
And then look how inspiring you are. So like, guys, it just goes to show, right? Like sometimes we don't see something in ourselves that your coach sees in you, and that's why they called on you and said, listen, like I think that you'd be really great at this, you know. And like I just love that, Lizzie, so much. And you know what else I love? I love that you talked about your daughter as if she already exists, which to me is beautiful, because that, you know, like that law of attraction and all of that, like I'm so into that stuff right now. And they always say that if you want things, like talk about them as if you already have them. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I've been calling Dave my husband for 4 years, so thank God that's finally happening.
There you go. I love it. I know that we haven't heard from Mel or Nicole. We're just sharing our why here. I know you ladies hopped on a little later, but if either of you would like to share why you coach, basically why you coach, why you do the programs, what drew you to the opportunity, anything like that, you guys go ahead. Maybe we can start with Mel. Oh, I think you're muted.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah, cool. Okay, so I didn't really prepare anything because I wasn't expecting to talk. But
I love your hair, by the way. It looks very nice.
Thank you. I'll make it into a reel later.
Yeah.
So just talking about my why, it's kind of funny. My why has kind of changed in a way. It used to be, because I mean, it's been almost a year. It'll be a year in April that I started coaching. And first, when I started off, it was because I had just come off of a ruptured Achilles tendon, and I was just in a really, really bad place. I was on crutches and in an air cast for like 5 months. I wasn't able to walk or drive while being a stay-at-home mom with a 3-year-old boy in a basement. Like, it wasn't a good space for me. And I didn't care about physical activity or what I put into my body or anything like that. And I just let things kind of go too far. And then I would try on clothes or just do something little, like go up the stairs and I'd be out of breath, or, you know, I wasn't in a good place mentally. So one of my friends suggested, well, she actually told me about Alyssa. And so I went and I checked out Alyssa's page, and I resonated with her. And I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do something, I might as well, you know, jump into this. So I jumped into things full force, and it's kind of now brought me on like this new journey, like a new reason why. And something that I like really struggle with was body image and body positivity, and just being nice to yourself. Like, it's ridiculous. Some things that I would say to myself, like I would never even think about somebody else. Like, so why would I, like, why do that? And then I just kind of got to thinking, like, I wish that there was someone like that I could have looked up to when I was, say, in like elementary school, or high school, or even elementary school. And I'd really like to be that for people. My goal is definitely to show people that working out doesn't necessarily mean you're working out to get skinny, have washboard abs, have a poppin' booty, have, you know what I mean? Like, it's not all about that. Yeah, they're fun bonuses. I mean, who doesn't like, you know, feeling better about the way you physically look? But it's so much more than that. And I think I really realized, like, within this last year, that working out and mental health, like, really go hand in hand. So now my why is not because I'm feeling sluggish and I want to get in shape and all that. Like, that's all a good thing. But my why is definitely to have a better relationship with my body, and not necessarily look at working out as a punishment for it. Like, I want to enjoy my workouts. I want to look forward to my workouts. I don't want to think like, I had 2 pieces of cake tonight for dessert, I need to do 2 workouts tomorrow. Like, I don't want to have to think like that. I just want it to be my lifestyle and not have to think about it, just have it be. So my goal and my why is to show people that that's kind of what you can do. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I love
Nicole?
it. Can I just thank you for existing? Because thank you. Like, honestly, girl, you are so just amazing. Like, I don't have words for you. Like, when you were talking about me on your story that day, you kind of didn't have the words to say, but just know that you, man, like, you are a true leader on this team. And we are so lucky to have you. Like, I just want you to know, like, that's all I can muster up right now, but we are just so lucky to have somebody like you on the team. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, sticking it out with us, challenging us, you know, like, it's all been so fun with you. So thank you so much, Mel.
Well, thank you guys.
Of course. And Nicole, last but not least.
No.
I know. Have you ever spoken on a big call like this before?
No, not in a while. No.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of figuring out my why. It kind of changed, but I've been so busy and stressed in the last couple of days that I'm still kind of thinking about it. I'm sorry.
I personally think your why is more of like community. I think that
it's been hard. I guess I'm used to like people because like my old job, I guess a lot of it too is like my aviation job was ripped from me, obviously, like a lot of other people's jobs. And like, I really enjoyed like the social aspect of like always being able to talk to people. And when I lost my job, it got kind of lonely. And actually, a girl that Ashley and Danielle know, Trinity, she was the one who actually started me off with Danielle. Because me and her had been talking through the pandemic, and I never used to work out, if I'm being honest. I was really bad for it. And also my schedule at my old job was like all over the place. And I never liked going to gyms. I hated it. So like, I guess my why, like part of my why right now is I really wanted to focus on myself because I didn't do that very well. And my mental health was pretty bad during the beginning of the pandemic. And I found that when Danielle introduced me as in a challenge group first, it was really it opened up my eyes that like Mel said, mental health and like working out kind of goes hand in hand, and you feel a lot better when you like move your body rather than kind of just sitting around and not doing much. And also, the community is a big part. Like, I like to have all of you girls, and you guys have been like so like supportive through this whole crazy time, and being able to just like have you guys to talk to and to like lean on, that was like a big thing too. And another thing that is my why is I want to start growing, because debt, my why right now, I'm struggling with debt and it's stressing me out. So I'm hoping that I can kind of move up. I know I have to like start like kind of talking to my stories more, and I'm inching up to that. I'm getting there. I'm going to actually like dive a little bit more into this now that I've got a lot of spare time, because my current job is only casual, so I don't actually work that much. And also I'd like to potentially maybe not have to work the job I have right now, because it's not my favorite job. It's in a hospital, and I'm not scared of COVID, but kind of like what Court said, like seeing everyone with masks and like all of the COVID patients is super, like, it's depressing and it's really sad. And it takes a toll on you because there's so many rules at the hospital, and it's scary sometimes because units go on outbreak. So if I could not be in a hospital, that would be ideal right now, because it's kind of scary, and like you're around all of the sick patients and you never know. Like, there's been so many times at work that I'm scared that I might like get COVID just because I'm working in the hotspot of the pandemic right now. So like that's like my big why too. Like, I want to be able to leave the hospital because it's kind of scary working there. Like, I know a lot of people do it, but it kind of makes me nervous, especially because at home I do have my mom who's compromised right now. Like, she has MS, so it's kind of scary to be working there and potentially bring it home. But my big why right now, like, I feel like it's going to change if I think about it a little bit more. I just haven't had like time to really think about it, but it's definitely community, like you said, because I love having you guys to like lean on, especially for accountability, because you guys are always like pushing me to do more and do better. And I really appreciate that. You guys are definitely my inspiration to really dive in.
That's awesome. I'm like literally over the last couple months, Nicole, I have been so freaking proud just watching you, because the nice thing about your journey is when you start coaching, you can literally make it whatever you want to make it, right? You can be in it just for the discount. You can do it to inspire maybe just friends, or, you know, just make that odd sale if you wanted to your family member. And I feel like initially when you did join, like you said, losing your job and just going through the pandemic, it was really hard for you, and you didn't focus on yourself. And seeing you show up more and more and like speaking on team calls and posting your sweaty selfies, like just forever proud of you and thankful that you decided to join our team. So
oh, thank you. I know my goal,
happy.
like my biggest goal, like not even like, I just want to be able to post on my stories. And I think I'm finally realizing that I don't really care what people think. Cause like, not that I crazy watch my followers, but for example, like on Instagram, constantly every day, there's like people leaving, people staying. And like, I think that was one of my biggest fears, was like acceptance and like people staying. But now I'm like, I've already lost followers and then I gain followers. Like every day it kind of goes up and down. So I don't think I have a lot to lose if I start posting on my stories, and I want to like start talking about our products and stuff. So I'm going to inch into that. I'm like, I need to like work out. Like I started the new year so terribly, not gonna lie. Today's gonna be my first day of working out of 2020.
That's
Or
okay.
2021.
Yeah, no, nothing to worry about there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to worry about there at all.
Love you, girl.
Honestly, just if you want to make it your goal to talk on your story, then you go right ahead. But if you want to start like voice noting to us instead of talking to us in the chat, that's what Chelsea Sky Nixon has been doing to me, to like get her comfortable talking on like just to somebody else. She voice notes me instead of asking me a question, because it starts easing you into that whole like listening to your voice back, and you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's sometimes the hardest part. Like just like I said in the chat today, is like, do you ever watch your story back and be like, wow, could I have said 500 more times, because that was painful to watch, you know? Like,
yeah,
the beauty of it is you can delete it if you're not happy. You can throw a filter on it. And you can also not talk on your story, Nicole. Like, I don't want you to think that that's a requirement here. Sarah can attest to you that she went diamond without ever once talking on her story. So I want you guys to think like, yes, talking on your story has its benefits. Can anyone tell me what the benefits are of talking on your story and why we do it, rather than me just giving you the answer? Anyone?
I honestly, like, I feel like talking on your story is more personal in some ways. People they hear the voice behind the face, and they can imagine you as like a person rather than just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just more personal, and then they can connect with you in a different way. And I find when I started talking on my stories, people are like, oh, like you're actually how you are on your stories. You know what I mean? And it's just, they feel like they can get to know you better. I think everybody on this call, like, you know, like you're all amazing people. You all, and like, I feel so privileged to know every single one of you, and your followers, when they get to know who you are and they hear from you, they'll be just as honored to know you too. Like, don't let your fears hold you back, is what I'm trying to say, Nicole. And I think you've come such a long way. Like, I'm so proud of you too. And I'm so excited to see where you go.
Thank you.
Like, you're such a sweetheart.
And that was like the perfect answer. And it's true. Like, you guys, who are your favorite people to follow? You guys must have like 4 or 5 people outside of Beachbody. Like, let's take Beachbody completely out of the picture, but people that you actually enjoy following. Almost all of them, I'm sure, talk on their stories. And you almost always, like, you could probably see them at the mall one day and be like, I feel like I kind of know that person because I follow them on Instagram. You know, like, it should feel that way, because that's how you're going to be approachable. That's how you're going to be personal personable, right? Like people are going to be able to fit a voice and a face and, you know, to an account, a personality to an account. So yeah, Mel, you hit the nail on the head. And it's just such a nice way for your followers to get to know you, especially like once you guys exhaust your warm market, like you really need to be trying to connect with a colder market, right? So it's bringing your personality to the forefront. That's what's going to help you grow, right? You can go places without it. You totally can. Sarah's shown us how that it's possible, right? So just know that it will take your business to the next level if you do it, right? It's going to benefit you. It's not going to deteriorate your business. It's going to do is benefit it, right? So, but yeah, does anyone else want to add to that? Is there anything I didn't mention that you think is beneficial for talking on stories? Like who here follows Jade Brittany blog? Okay, so there's like 4 of us. Well, Danielle, you personally know her, right? Have you met her in IRL?
Yeah, I've met her once or twice.
Yeah, so Danielle like personally knows her because Danielle's sister-in-law, Mila, was in the hospital in NICU with baby London. Like they were both in NICU together.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I know the story. Yeah.
Yes. So those of you who follow Jade, besides Danielle, because she actually knows her, but if you saw Jade at the mall and you walked past her, you would feel like you knew her, right? And I'm sure she gets it. She's got like 111K followers. So I'm sure she gets it. She lives in a small town. I'm sure everywhere she goes, people know her or know of her, right? In a good way, right? Like she shows up in a good way. But what I'm trying to say is you want that. Like you want it to feel like people actually kind of know you a little bit. So that when they go asking you a question, it's not like, hey, stranger, I don't know. Right? It's like, hey, girl, I've been getting to know, even though I haven't ever talked to you before. Right? So yeah, just know that people are always watching you guys. One thing I wanted to sort of like touch on for all of the sharing the why is, can anybody maybe just in the chat right now, or you can unmute and chat about it yourself. Can anyone tell me if there was like a common theme with those whys, if there was like a common thing that you heard over and over and over again? Because that is what's going to help you with your conversations, you guys. Okay.
Mental health.
Pardon?
Mental health.
Yes. Community. Feeling comfortable in your skin. Having a purpose, right? Having a purpose for yourself and something for you. Like those were things that I heard a few times from a few people. So when you guys are going into your conversations, realign with that, you know, like, think about who you were before you started Beachbody and put yourself in that person's body, right? The person who you're reaching out to. And it doesn't have to be like, hey, do you want to join my boot camp? But you can talk to them and be like, getting to know them, you know, planting seeds here and there. Mel, you're hilarious. Lizzie, Mel's commenting on the booty. The booty. You know, like, remember why you said yes to this, you guys. Remember that moment of like, hell yeah. And remember that there's people like that out there still. There's tons of people like that out there that were where we were when we first started, like feeling the way we were feeling, right? So just know that like we have something valuable to offer people. Look at everybody who just like put their heart on the line to talk about how much this has helped them, right? So just know that it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to share about it. It's okay to tell your friends and family about it. It's not going to be, you know, like it will do for them what it did for you if you allow them to get to know the opportunity, right? So I just wanted to sort of wrap that portion up with that. Does anyone want to add to that? I just wanted you guys to know that, like, yes, there are always going to be misconceptions. There's always going to be people who don't understand. And we all had them in the beginning, every last one of us, right? But we were all watching somebody, weren't we? Like, I feel like every single one of us were like, I was watching so-and-so, or I was watching so-and-so. It's like, that is who you are to those people now, right? So just know that like you are being watched, and show up like you are, right? Even if you only have 300 followers, show up like you're being watched, because you are. I hope that makes sense and is inspiring and whatnot. But I do want to do a What is Coaching event this month, guys. I think it's time. It's been like a few months since we did one. You know, like I had one planned the week that I lost Hayden, and it was just a no-go, obviously. But that was in October, and we're in January now. So it's been, I think, 3 months since we had a What is Coaching event, and I'd love some help with it. I'd love people to maybe offer to help. Lizzie, yes. Yes, I don't think you've ever done one, and you were supposed to do it last time with me, right? Yes. Okay, so we'll have you on board with that. You know, like it's one of those things where we just pick a topic. So Lizzie would most likely do transformations, just because she has like killed it with transformations. She's got a good one. But if anyone wants to jump in and maybe talk about objections, community, income.
I could probably do community. I haven't done one yet.
Really?
Yeah, I could.
You are surprising me so much right now. That just lit up my life. Wow. So you know, it's like it'll be on like a call like this, right?
Yay.
I can do it.
That makes me so happy. Yes, you can do community.
Okay.
Mel, like either of you, do either of you want to help out? Danielle?
Well,
like
Kenny said that she wants to in the chat.
Mel did?
Yeah, I'm game. I'll help.
Which Mel? Both of them?
Mel Kenny.
Mel Kenny. Okay. Yes, Mel, I would love for you to help. Mel Gadet, you can also help. Like you can if you want. You don't need to have an arm for that. So if you want to help, you can. Right? You just need a voice.
I'll leave it for if anybody else hasn't done one and wants to try it out first. But if there's a role that needs filled, I can do it for sure.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Sarah, I think you should do it.
Yeah, Sarah backed out last time. She might have to.
Sarah, do it with me.
Yeah, Sarah, Nicole is doing it. So
I'll think
I feel
about
like this is a big. Did she just hop off? Oh no, she's still.
No, I'm here.
She said, I'll think about it, and then she didn't show her face.
I pressed the wrong button, okay?
I'm like, did you just leave? Because
I need like a solid like warning though, not like a day or like a week. Like I need a solid prepare.
She's warning you right now.
Okay, so I'm warning you right now that we're doing this the last week of January.
Oh, for
Okay.
fuck's sake.
So the last week of January, let's do.
I'm working.
Hey, enough of that. Do you guys want to do like a 3-day event on Instagram? Do you guys want to do a Zoom call? Like, have at her. Tell me what you want to do.
I like
I'd rather
Instagram.
do a Zoom call, but if we have to do something else, that works for me too.
Can you I feel like it's nice for the people that don't like to talk like live like this in front of people that they don't know to maybe record an IGTV and kind of do it on their own first, and then they can listen to it and then upload it when they are comfortable with it. That's why I like Instagram and Facebook. But if you want to do Zoom, Nicole, by all means, go for it, girlfriend, or like a live.
Okay, why don't you guys just put it in the chat what you'd prefer, and we can kind of see what. Court, you can be a part of this too, girl, if you want. If you want to be a part of our coaching event, you can.
I don't even know what it is. I don't know what a coaching event is. Like, I don't.
So it's basically something you would invite people that you kind of have your eye on for to coach, and you'd talk about it in your stories or like put up a graphic and say, hey, we're having a What is Coaching event. And it's just like basically a webinar info session where we kind of go over a few things about coaching, and then we like to do it near the end of the month. And it sometimes helps people squeeze in some like Success Club points near the end of the month and everything, and growing your team and all that stuff. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, also, I'm at Success Club 4 already.
That's
Yay!
awesome, girl.
That's amazing, Court. You're totally hitting Success Club this month. I love that.
Excited.
That's
2 months in a
awesome.
row.
I love that. I hit Success Club already too. I'm so
Woohoo.
excited. I was just like, so weird to hit it this early in the month, but that's January for you ladies. Like, it's hustle time. It's hustle. So many people are out there looking for something to do. There's so many people stuck at home. And if they're not going to see you sharing about it, and they're not going to see you asking about like a boot camp or talking about an upcoming boot camp, they're going to see another coach that they follow that are going to be doing it. Right. So just keep that in mind. Mel, I know it's hard for you right now. Mel G, I know it's hard, but you can still show up. You can still share. You just have to share in a different way, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
yeah.
You're so good with the behind the scenes stuff. Like you're so
I'm
good with
gonna let
graphics.
Mel, are you able to do like, because what you could do, possibly you could share like the meditation stuff.
Yeah.
Like
No,
the meditation videos and stuff, you could share that side of it.
Totally.
I'm not gonna let this throw me back at all.
You could even run a meditation group and sell a bunch of annual bods this month, right?
Totally.
Like, hey, I'm doing a 21-day meditation challenge. Like, really let your wheels turn through this, and maybe it'll push you in a different direction, and it might be kind of cool to see what happens, right?
Yeah, it's so funny. Like I know we talked about this already, Paige. I feel like this is like what I needed in a way. Like that's so weird. Like I didn't need a broken arm, but in some ways I needed to push my business in a different direction. And I'm excited in a weird way. Like I was so upset, but now I'm like, okay, I can do meditations, I can do nutrition. I'm forced to. I have no other choice.
And
I
your
think
writing arm is working, so you can journal. It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
I'm excited. I feel like I can connect to people in a whole different way. And so yeah, I'm not letting this stop me, you guys. I'm gonna be balls to the wall still.
Yay, I love it. Well, that's awesome. If anyone has anything they want to share, go ahead, or else we can wrap up the call.
One little thing for the coaching event, will it be after the 23rd of January?
Yes, I'm thinking
okay, good.
We want to do a 3-day event. I'm thinking we'll do the 25th, 26th, and 27th. So that would give a 28th, 29th, and 30th and 31st to kind of like check in with those people, ask them if they're going to sign up. You know, it would give you a few extra days. So I'm thinking,
Perfect.
yeah, the 25th, 26th, 27th.
Okay, because I have my IV sedation course on the 23rd, and that is all my brain can take right now. I need to pass it, so I just need to. It's like,
yeah, no, totally. Well, don't even worry about that until that's over with. Okay, just focus on that. I know how important that is for you. So, yeah, don't even worry about that. Yeah, I figured if we do a 3-day event, maybe we can break it up, two presenters a day kind of thing. Maybe one more in the morning or earlier in the day, one in the evening, and then somebody to like sort of wrap things up at the end. Are we wanting to use the E&E Fit Fam Instagram for that? Like, what do you guys think? Or would you guys, I was thinking we could change the name for that, like maybe Endorphins Fit Fam or something like that. Just so that like some of Alyssa's girls, like I was thinking about that. I'm like, I want you guys to like be in there, you know, like I want everyone to be in there, but I don't want you guys to be like, oh, well, that's like an Empires and Endorphins thing. Because it's not like that at all. Like, I want you guys to know you're all welcome there on that platform. In fact, we want it to grow. We want it to be something where you guys are tagging with your sweaty selfies, your moves, your dance parties, your shakes, like anything you put on your story that like has anything to do with Beachbody. If you guys can start tagging that team page, I go throughout the day and I repost those tags to the story. Yeah, so if anyone wants to keep doing that, you guys can. But what do you guys think? Should we change the name to Endorphins Fit Fam? What do you guys think? Yes? Okay, I'll do that then. And then is that where we want to run the event, or would we make a separate one for that? I can't hear you, Mel. You're
I think that one would be best, because if we make another group, I think it's just going to be a little too hectic. We have so many going on already that.
And the nice thing is we have challengers in there already.
Yeah.
So they can see the event go on. And then if they ever have interest in it, like I'm sure we'll talk about the discount you get and everything like that, then they can just go right to their coach and ask about it, right? So there's already people in there. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. There's already, I don't think we only have like 50 followers in there. So if anyone else wants to add people in there, you go right ahead. But yeah, if you guys, Mel, maybe you can help me, Mel G, while your arm's out of commission. Could you help me with a little bit of like the modifying in that group? If we're
Yeah,
gonna have more people tagging it, can we tag team that and try to get some things reposted throughout the day? And yeah.
Heck yeah. And I'll say too, for dance parties, hashtag dreamers or dancers and dreamers, and then what's in your cup, babe. Let's keep those things going as well. Cause I just love that. I think that's so fun to repost, like tag each other, switch it up each day. And people will see that community aspect every single day, if we have a coaching event or not, you know? But yeah, I don't mind at all, Paige. I can definitely help.
Okay, thank you for helping. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. And if anyone ever wants to make a post on that page, we do have a little bit of a pattern going if you haven't noticed. So it's like a pink aesthetic-y like quote, and then a video. So it's like somebody will upload a video of their moves, and then we have like a regular picture. So a transformation, a picture of a shake, whatever, something. That's when we would plug in like a team picture of us doing like community stuff and everything like that, right? So that's more of like a random one, but there is a structure there. So if you do want to make a post, just let me know and I'll give you the password and I'll let you know sort of what order we're going in for that week. Okay, cool.
Can we boomerang?
Can we do a boomerang? Yeah. Does somebody want to take it? I'm the worst at this.
I'm really bad.
I'm like the worst. Literally, it is like my worst thing ever. I can't do it.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's really choppy, but it worked.
What do you mean it's choppy?
I'm like,
Oh no.
Oh, weird. Do you guys ever does your stories ever do that where you're like talking and all of a sudden it looks like you're talking in slow motion and you're like, what's going on here? Yeah, it's so annoying.
Okay, love you guys.
Love you. Have a good night. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for sharing tonight, guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.